So this is all a learning experience for all of us in understanding the journey of this soul of ours. What is the purpose of life? It's something we'll be thinking about every single day. And why, more importantly, why did Bhagwan give us a human body? Bhare bhagya manusya tanupava. Why were we given? Why were we the fortunate ones to be given this human body, this human structure? Because it is said that it's only through this medium can we get close to Bhagwan. It is through your punya, your great blessings, your karmas, that you were given this human body, which is the highest form and the highest stage and the closest you can get to Bhagwan. The thing about it is, what are we doing with it? What are we doing with this body? Inside of this body is that soul that wants to make that connect and that merging of the soul, merging to the Paramatma. The soul wants that. But the body keeps it back. The body keeps it back, and you know what else keeps it back? The mind, our mind. And if you were to understand every day, what is the real purpose of having this body? And the real purpose of having this body is not to have house and car and land and $1 million in the bank. But the real purpose of having this structure is to put our hands together every day and puja Bhagwan and get one step closer to Him every single day. Ramayana tells us, simiti, drop by drop, that pond will fill. Our journey to Bhagwan is not going to happen in an instant. It takes time. And that is the reason why you are here tonight and not others. Many are called, few are chosen. You are the chosen ones. Because of all the things that you could have been doing tonight, you put aside everything to be here. To sit in this mandir and to listen, not to me, but to listen to the verses of Devi Bhagavad in an effort to improve our lives. And so we join. I ask you, let us put our hands together, close our eyes, bow our heads and pray. Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Guru Me Deva Sarvakareshu Sarvada Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Guru Me Deva Sarvakareshu Sarvada Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Buddhirupena Samstita Namastasyai 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 Namo Namah Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah Om Namah Shantvaye Shantaye Shambhave Shambhave Namah Vedeshwara Namastubhyam Bhuteshwara Namostute Sri Guru Charana Saroja Nijamana Mukura Sudha Varano Raghuvara Vimaya Sham Let us sing praises to that beautiful form of Lord Ganesh, Gajanan Swami, the remover of all obstacles. Jai Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganapati, Jai Jai, Jai Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganesh, Ganapati, Jai. लंबोदर पीतांबर सोहे हरे बल मुकुटल जलजलारे लंबोदर पीतांबर सोहे हरे बल मुकुटल जलजलारे गजमणि माल गले विघ्न सोहे गजमणि माल गले विघ्न सोहे माल लाल में चंद्रिकासी गणपति में विनाशन हारे गणपति में विनाशन हारे जय जय गणपति जय गणपति जय गणेश जय गणपति जय 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 गणपति जय गणपति जय गणेश जय गणपति जय जय तुम कुछ रचनो मूढ़ जब तुम कुछ रचनो मूर्जन कारे रेडी से दिया चमन रुलावत रेडी से दिया चमन रुलावत सुर प्रभुल मूढ़ तुम्हारी गणपति देव विनाश नारे गणपति देव विनाश नारे जय जय गणपति जय गणपति जय गणेश जय गणपति जय 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 गणपति जय गणपति जय गणेश जय गणपति जय 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 गणेश जय गणपति जय जय गणेश जय गणपति जय। Devotees of God, tonight we have joined to hear the kathas or the leelas of the prayers of Devi during this wonderful time of the NAU RAATRI. It is this time when the Devis collectively join their energies to stabilize the world in an astrological sense. And so many questions are there. Which three Devis for the first 3 days and which 3 Devis and so on and so on. I don't know the answer to that because I pray to all of them 9 veteran 3. Right? So for the 9 nights you worship the 3 Devis together, collectively. Focus, a lot of focus is placed on that beautiful form of Mother Durga. And so I take it tonight. My katha tonight focuses on that beautiful form of Devi in the form of Mother Durga. Let us put our hands together, close our eyes, bow our heads and pray. Hari Om. Om Kukarmi Kusangi Kubudhi Kudasaha Kudacharalinaha Kudacharalinaha Kudrishti Kuvakya Prabhandir Sadaham Katistvam Bhavani. Bole Sri Durga Mata Ki Jai. The prayer says very beautifully, Kukarmi Kusangi, O Devi, as I go through this world and I get caught in this world of Maya, I get involved in all the wrong actions. Kusangi, I tend to keep the wrong company. It happens. Kubudhi, and sometimes I acquaint myself with all the wrong knowledge, destructive knowledge, that is. Kudasa, and because of all these things, I have become a very clumsy servant. The prayer says, Kudacharahina, I am bereft of the rich and noble traditions of my ancestors. Because as we grow older, sometimes we start to leave out what our parents used to do. You know, and you hear the young children saying that is a long time thing. Kudrishti, I get involved in all the wrong methods of speech. And Devi says, Kuvakya, such speech, such things that comes out of my mouth sometimes is left to be desired. It's undesirable. Prabhandaha sadaham. And so I bow to you, O Ma. Because I have gotten caught up in this world of Maya, and I have put myself in all these wrong things. What is the way out? The feet of Devi. I fall to the feet of Ma. And what happens? Gatistam Gatusam Tumeka Bhavani. I take refuge in you, Ma, that you will protect me. Put me onto that righteous road, onto that pathway of Bhagavan. Hari Om Gauri Shambhu Gira Guru Govinda Ganapati Ganga Sumeri Vyasa Bhasha Karat Devi Katha Prasam Jasudeha Mati Mati Vishaya Stita Jo Jagamata Mati Nalakata Jehi Rupago Mati Pre Raka Sukadha Sakala Nigama Uthana Samani Praleka Jagavandha Matu Bhavani Ke Charan Namo Namaha Sukakam Taruna Chandra Shiradaya Maya Kara Ambhusha Rupash Mandahasya Yuta Bhaktake Katat Sabha Dukatras Sri Shankara Acharya Aru Mata Pita Shiranaya Devi Bhagavata Grantaki Bhasha Likata Bhanaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Shri Devi Mata Ki Jai. Let us pray, devotees. This is a prayer you all know, but I want us to join tonight very collectively and let your energies join, let your voices join. Let Devi Ma hear your prayer tonight. Whatever problems you have in your minds at this moment, put it at the feet of Devi. Whatever your worries are, be it financial, children giving you trouble, whatever. Tomorrow, we don't know. We don't know. But why do we pray every morning? Why do we pray every morning? What is your prayer every morning? God protect me. What are you asking God to protect you from? Trouble? We are asking God to protect us from any and remove any problems and to remove all obstacles. And when you take your flower and you go to Devi and you call that name Kumar, then she protects you from that impending, that is which has to come. We don't know what it is. How could we be successful if we have the mindset that I am where I am and I will be what I am because of my karma? You know, many people say that. Well, that is my karma. That had happened to me. That is my karma. You see that thought process? That is not a Hindu thought. A Hindu could thwart karma through your prayers. You could thwart it. You don't believe me? Why do you go to your Baba to check your patra? The mere fact that you're going to your Baba to check your patra is because you want to know what negatives you are going to face. And then what do your Babas? Your Babas will tell you, fast for 5 Saturdays or Sundays or fast so many times. Why would he put you through that? Because your prayers will nullify the negative effects of the grahas. Simple. You thwarted karma. So don't ever believe that the situation you are in, you have to be there because of your karma. You can change that. We can change that. If you do not believe that you can rise and overcome your challenges, if you don't believe that, then don't worry to do Lakshmi Mata Puja. Why are you praying to Lakshmi Mata? Who is Lakshmi Mata? She is the goddess of prosperity. She wants to take you out of that negative environment. When you look at the lotus flower and where the lotus flower grows, the lotus flower has its roots in that very dirty pond. And yet still, that flower will rise through that water and sit beautifully on top of it. What is the lesson you learn from the lotus flower? That we, through our prayers, could rise above our environment. We can rise above all our problems and all our challenges and sit like heroes at the top. Where do you see the lotus flower? Where do you recognize the beauty of the lotus flower? In the middle of the pond? At the bottom of the pond? On top of the pond? On top. She sits beautifully on all that murky water. That is the lesson. So when you pray to Lakshmi Devi, that is what you are praying for. That is prosperity. To rise above your challenges and rise above your environment is prosperity. So when we sit here and things are going to happen to us because of our karma, no two ways about it. But when we get to the feet of Devi, we can prevent it. Make no mistake about that. Devi Bhagavad tells us it. The worship of Devi through the name Kumari, calling her by that name Kumari, gives us the blessings to understand who our enemies are. Believe it or not. When you worship Devi, she will point out your enemies to you. Hard to believe. I mean, she wouldn't come and say, die with me. She wouldn't come and do like that. But things and signs she will give it to you so that you start to become cautious of certain people around you. Why do you need to know who your enemies are? Because if you stay in the company and in negative company, how are you going to be successful? How are you going to get closer to Bhagavan? You need to understand that. Devi Bhagavad says that if you worship Ma, using this name Kumari, then one rises out of the ashes of poverty and will gain financial security. Using that name Kumari, worshiping Ma by the name Kumari gives us that blessing as well. Because, listen, you can tell a man who is hungry to pray. A man whose belly is growling, he is starving, and you will say, boy, put your hand together and pray now. God will help you. You think you want to hear that? But what about if you're feeling first and then tell him to pray? And that might be a little more satisfying to him. At least his thought process now could move away from the hunger, could move away from the thought of poverty and start to focus on Bhagavan, start to focus on God. Similarly, if we have to focus on Bhagavan, we cannot be shackled down by financial ruin and poverty. And what is it, according to Ramayana, what is the worst type of poverty you have? The worst type of poverty is not financial poverty. The worst type of poverty is spiritual poverty. You see when you don't know how to pray? How are you going to help yourself? If we do not teach our children to pray, how are they going to help themselves? We are not going to be around forever. So David Bhagavad tells us, you want to be successful in life? Then you have to get rid of misery. You have to overcome misery. You don't know when misery will come. What is the concept of happiness? Happiness is an interval between two pains. That is what happiness is. An interval between two pains. We don't know when the pains are going to come. Are we going to suffer in this life? Yes. We are going to face negatives in this life. Our karma will tell us that. But we cannot be shackled to it. How do we get out of it? Go to the feet of Devi. Worship Mother Durga. Call her by the name of Kumari. And you will overcome poverty. You will overcome misery. And the third thing she blesses us with is physical endurance. Physical strength. Why do you need to be physically strong? How else are you going to do your activities? How else? So she blesses us with that. To be able to worship. For you to perform your good actions and your good karmas, then you have to have physical endurance, you have to have physical strength. Worshipping Ma in the form of Kumari blesses us with those three things. Removal of misery, overcoming poverty, and blessed with physical endurance. Hari Om Trimurti Pujanat Ayush Trivargasyam Phalam Bhavit Dhanadhanya Damaschaiva Putra Pautrari Vidraya. Boli Sri Gauri Mata Ki Jai, Boli Sri Durga Mata Ki Jai. Devi Bhagavad says the second blessed name of Devi is Trimurti. Kumari is the first, Trimurti is the second. What is the benefit of worshipping Ma, Durga Ma, in this form? Well, those who take time to worship Devi in the form of Trimurti, longevity will be your lot. Longevity. That means you're going to live forever? No. You might live long. But you want to live long, but you want to live long and healthy, right? You don't want to live long and sick. You want to live long and you want to live healthy. But how do we continue? Through the children. The lineage. Longevity has nothing to do with us living long here. Longevity has to do with the lineage and the traditions of that lineage passing from one generation to the next generation to the next generation. That is longevity. Sanatan Dharma and the traditions of Sanatan Dharma has to be passed on to the little children. But how can it be passed on to the little children when we leave the children at home, when we do not bring them to satsang, when we do not bring them to the temples, when you don't carry them to puja, and we make all the excuses in the world. How are we going to carry Sanatan Dharma? Who is going to carry it? Do you realize that the generations of children are coming up now knowing less and less and less? And funny thing is, there is more and more information available, and yet still they are learning less and less and less about the religion. Because parents are not taking the children to where the discourses are being disseminated. We make excuses for our children. They can't go to the temple on a Sunday morning because it's too early. Temple is start too early. I don't know what time you expect to start temple on a Sunday morning, Baba. 7 o'clock? That's too early. You have to get up early. What they tell you, Baba, whole week they get up early, they go to school. Sunday is the only day they go sleep late. Right? But Sunday is the only day the temple will be open. So what we going to do? The water too cold at hour in the morning. Well, hot the water. Because you have to understand, today we are making excuses for them. And there's going to come a point in time when you will no longer have to make excuses for them, because they will have the perfect excuses for you when you get older. When we get older, we study, I want to do a puja, I want to be children will fast. That is misery right there. That is trouble right there. You come in to tell the Baba, Baba, I want to put a date for puja, you know. But here, what the Baba, how long them try another fast, they will get trouble? They just give trouble. How does give trouble? Who caused them to give trouble? The Pandit? Who caused them to give trouble? You and I as parents. You know why? Because when they were growing up, we make all the excuses. The mother and father fasting, but you're telling each other, well, you could eat until the week before. You know what I mean? No. Train them. They are not going to die. They will live. They could eat bread and cheese and live. Nothing is wrong with that. But you have to train them. Because when we get older and you want to do a puja and they don't want to fast, and they're giving you trouble, then you're running by the Baba. Baba, somebody put something on them, you know. They are listening. We cause our own problems with our children. We have to train them from now. We have to train our children. But in today's society, what you see? The tail wagging the dog, right? Yes? So it says that that your lineage will carry on through your sons. So those who wish to beget sons worship Devi in the form of Trimurti. It is said that when you worship Devi in the form of Trimurti, you will achieve the 4 fruits of life. But out of the 4 fruits of life, the one you want to achieve the most is Dharma. Dharma, knowing how to pray and knowing how to perform your pujas. Yesterday I went to do a puja for one of my children. And I told him today it was the smoothest puja that I have done in a long while. Because all I had to do was to recite the mantras. My chela was anticipating everything that I was doing for it. So he knew what was coming next and what was coming next, and I was just standing and reciting mantras. Normally I would have to go and say, well, okay, offer this now and offer that now, and the explanation will take me half an hour within itself. So the puja is lengthened. So I enjoy the puja today, just calling mantras. And that's where we want to reach. Understanding of what we do and why we do. Because you know, if you don't teach your children, what will happen in a few years' time? They will come to you and say, all this thing you're doing here is simili. You don't have to do this and you don't have to do that. And then you will get grey and you will go by the barber and you will be crying and you will say, well, I don't know what's wrong with the children. If you are wondering who is going to do your rights when you die, then they didn't teach them children enough. You know that? Because when these children are small from that age, they have to learn about their religion and they have to learn to respect their religion. And there are certain traditions and there are certain rites and rituals that must be performed. And they will learn it. Don't feel they will not understand it. They will learn it. But they have to be involved in it. They have to be involved in it. If they are not involved in it, they will not understand it. So we have to keep our children involved. And that is how longevity for the religion is going to continue. That is how the longevity for your traditions in your own homes will continue. If you are begging your children right now to go online, if you have teenagers and you have to beg them to go online India, then we didn't teach them good enough when they were small. That's supposed to be automatic as they grow older. That's supposed to be automatic. Bring them to the temples on a Sunday morning. Let Pandit Vinod educate them. Let the Baba teach them how to pray and how to do their pujas and what to say. Because your children today will not stay in Trinidad. Your children today are children of the world. They are not children of Trinidad. But you have to make sure that wherever they end up, any part of this world, they can pray. And you have to pray for them, that they can pray for themselves. This is what your dharma is about. We have to protect our dharma, and the dharma will protect us. So we worship Devi in the form of Trimurti, calling that name Trimurti, and she will give us that blessings of dharma. Hari Om Vidyarati Vijayarati Cha Rajarthi Yascha Pavitavaha Sukha Arti Pujaya Nityam Kalyanim Sarvakamadham Boli Sri Devi Mata Ki Jai. The third blessed name of Devi is Kalyani. Kalyani is more so for students. You see, children who go to school worship Devi and take that name Kalyani. Worshipping Ma by that name Kalyani allows that individual to become a superior student, a hallmark of a student. If your children are having trouble and they don't want to go to school, bring them, put them by Devi, call the name Kalyani. Let them worship and let them worship Devi by the name of Kalyani. And they will gain the qualities of a superior student. That's what we want our children to be. You do not want your children to be mediocre, not in this world. Not in today's world. There is no room for mediocre in this world anymore. If our children have to compete with the best, they have to be the best. And you have to allow your children to be the best. You know what kills children? I always tell my parents this in PTA meeting. You know what does kill children? This thing you call dular. You ever people say, I love my child till death? That's a fact. You love them so much, you're going to cause them to die. Not physically, not physical death, you're not talking about that. But you're going to kill their abilities. You're going to kill their opportunities for improvement. There's a beautiful theory in education now. They call them helicopter parents. That's the new generation of parenting. Helicopter parents. You know does. A helicopter don't take off, it is just over. Right? So those parents who want to do everything for the children, they want to think, they want to fight their battles, they want to do everything for the child. That's a helicopter parent. That will kill that child. How is the child going to be expressive? How is the child going to learn how to fight them, not physically, but how to deal with their challenges, how to deal with their problems? They have to face them. They have to face them. And worshipping Maya by the name of Kalyani gives them that ability to deal with their problems. She will give them that knowledge to be able to do that. It says that worshipping Kalyani Devi or Durga Mata, Ma in the form of Kalyani, helps us to be victorious in our battles in life. In our battles in life, everybody goes through problems in life. Everybody has challenges in life. Different ways. Everybody has different problems, different ways. But to be able to overcome your challenges, you need knowledge. You need knowledge. And sometimes the best knowledge comes from experience. The children have to experience things on their own. You don't have to be a helicopter parent, you know. You have to be a guide. You have to be at the side of your child, guiding them. Sometimes you have to allow them to make the mistakes so that they will understand the mistake. They will learn faster that way. But anytime you sit down here to think how to solve every single problem for your child. If you want to solve every single problem for your son, well, he might have a hard time. Right? Because every time he faces a problem, you guys come and by you what to do. And your daughter will come back by you what to do. Will you live forever to tell them what to do? No. That's why they need to gain knowledge and they need to gain experience. We have a new generation of parents called the Google parents. That is the most dangerous one. Everything is Google. The child go off Google. Google tell them what to do. So they go by Dr. Google. I love to hear them talk. I learned one the other day. We have what? A method called something when the child can't sleep, the shout out method. Google says so. I have got it here. It's your fastest people. But that is just me. So, Kalyani Devi will help us to climb the ladder of success, to be leaders. That's what a Hindu is. A Hindu is a leader. Anywhere you go, you become a leader. A Hindu changes things. Look at Mahatma Gandhi. With all his knowledge, did he keep it to himself? No. He changed the world. And he changed his world through very humble actions. Don't feel you can't make changes. You don't have to be the president of the temple to make a change, you know. You don't have to be the prime minister of the country to make a change, you know. We want to fix society. Where do we fix society? Everybody complaining about society. Are we doing anything about it? What are we doing about it? Where do we fix society? You fix society from your house. If you fix everybody, fix their house, society will be a good place. If you teach your children to be respectful, society is going to be a good place. If we teach our children and we to us are respectful, society will be a good place. We gripe and we complain about what is taking place in society. As Hindus, what are we doing about it? Only complaining? Complaining not going to do anything. We have to fix it. We have to fix it. Fix it by starting with your children. Children are no longer respectful because parents are encouraging that. I could tell you that I'm a principal. I could tell you that from school. Sometimes children is walking my gate and doing Mrs. Sitaram. I have to tell them, Sitaram, around. They will walk into classes and do tell you sit around. Children will see two teachers talking and walk through the middle. And you have to tell them, hey, what you doing? Come on. And when you tell the child, they go home and tell the mother and father, you move them up. That's not next trouble. So we are creating our own problems. We have to fix it. We have to teach our children to be respectful. Go on at the days. Go on at the days when children used to respect parents. But you know what's the problem? If you want to be your daughter's best friend, mommies, you're in trouble. You cannot be your child's best friend. No parent can be their child's best friend. Our best friend is our best friend. You have to be your child's parent. You have to be the adult. But when you want to come down to the level of the children, that's where the breakdown, that's where the disrespect will start to come. You know how hard it is, Sherry? I'm sorry. When a parent with a 7-year-old child will come to me and say, sir, that child don't listen to me, I don't know what to do again. 7 years old, 6 years old, and you give up already? And you don't know what to do? Bring them temple here and we go pray for them. Let them pray to Kalyani Devi. They will get the knowledge of how to do it. So we have to fix society by fixing our children. And that is the biggest problem. We want to be our child's friend. You cannot be a child's friend. Devi Bhagavat says, worshipping Devi, Kalyani Devi on a regular basis. On a regular basis. You have to teach your children to pray not once a week on a Thursday. It blows my mind sometimes why the Hindu community worships on a Thursday. 99% of the Hindu community, Thursday, are still trying to figure that out. What day is fast? What is your fasting day? Thursday. Why? The father used to do it so. And the grandfather used to do it so. That is a tradition in the home, that Thursday we fast. But God forbid, Christmas fall on a Thursday. If Christmas fall on a Thursday, God get put off for the next week. But you know that next week might be New Year, so God get put off again for the New Year. Why? Teach our children to have a vegetarian breakfast so that they can start their day with prayer. That they can go into their puja rooms every day and make their contact with Bhagwan. That is important. That is more important than that breakfast you want to cook for them there. The potato with wings breakfast, you know what I'm talking about? That one. Teach your children. Nothing is wrong with that. They're not going to die with bread and cheese. I know what I'm telling you. Hari Om Kalika Shatrunasharakam Pujayet Bhakti Purvakam Bole Sri Durga Mata Ki Jai, Sri Devi Mata Ki Jai. Kalika. The fourth name, Kalika. I'm afraid to tell you what this is. I'm going to take it the wrong way. Worshipping Devi in the form of Kalika brings about the destruction of your enemies. That's a dangerous thing I just said. That is not what I'm talking about. Not your physical enemies. What are your enemies? What are your enemies? The neighbor? Neighbor is not your enemy. Somebody you're vexed with? That is not your enemy. Your enemy is here. Anything that prevents you from going to God is your enemy. That is your enemy. The diseases of the mind are our enemies. Ego, that can come from external, that That is our enemy. Greed is our enemy. Lust is our enemy. Hatred is our enemy. Ignorance is our enemy. The 6 diseases of the mind. That is our enemies. You have to get rid of that. You have to get rid of that. If you're a jealous person, you will never be a happy person. If we cannot practice contentment, we will never be happy. You will never be happy. You have to be content. Greed will cause you not to be happy. Greed will cause you more misery than anything else. You see the ego, when you feel better than everybody else, that will cause you more pain than anything else. You have to understand that. If you want to get close to God, we have to be like the Basuri. You know, one time all the musical instruments, they sat down and they talking, and they asked the Basuri, they said, how are you so lucky? Because you are the only instrument that gets to touch the lips of Lord Krishna. What makes you so lucky? And the Basuri answer was simple. I am hollow inside. Very simple. I am hollow inside. So that the breath of God can pass through me. If inside is packed, it's a solid, nothing can go through that. So too with us. We have to be hollow inside, meaning we have to get rid of all this negativity inside of us and make room for God. If our minds is filled with vengeance, where is there room for God? If our minds are filled with how to make more money and more money and more money, where are we going to put God? Where is there room for God? So we have to get rid of the clutter. We have to declutter. Make room for God. Little bit. Simity. Drop by drop. One day at a time. And every day do a little more. Had I encounter with a fellow today. With a fellow here next class, and he was carrying me somewhere and somebody gave him a bad ride. And I see him do so. But the fellow next car cost him, right? Because he gave a bad ride. And he do so. Why shocked? Because I don't know, he would have wanted to come out and fight, right? I said, what happened? He said, the doctor tell me don't get vexed. So he put the hand together instead. I said, so you take the doctor to tell you that. I was telling her a long time how to pray and don't do it. You wait for the doctor to tell you. But it doesn't matter. He has come to that understanding from somewhere. And we have to understand that. He has gone one step. He has taken a step in the right direction. Don't get angry. Anger destroys everything. Anger destroys your religion. Anger will destroy your relationships. A person who gets angry very quickly, anger will destroy everything. So we have to learn to control that. And so when we take the name Kalika, when we worship man in the form of Kalika, we can get rid of all these enemies. All these enemies, greed, anger, lust, ignorance, arrogance, envy. Because these are the things that cloud our minds and cloud our judgment. And these are the things that make us gain negative karma. When you get angry, you say things. That is karma. You know how karma is formed, right? You don't have to do it for it to be karma, you know. You just have to think it. Once you think it, that memory is there. When you die, what do you carry? When we die, we carry nothing but our conscience. Is that consciousness? That is what you carry. You see all those thoughts in our minds, that is what we carry. The soul carries that. That goes for judgment. And that is why they say, that is what Bhagavad Gita teaches you. If you want to get close to Bhagwan, then you have to keep Bhagwan in your mind all the time. What is the reason for that? If you keep God in your mind every time, there is less chance for you to think of negative things. There's less chance for you to think of destructive things. You might turn around and do good things, and thereby build good karma. And we have to understand that. Garud Maharaj in Ramayana asks, Manas roga kahu sabh gai, tum sarvagya kripa adhikai. He asked, of the 6 diseases of the mind we just talked about, which one is the worst? What are the 6 diseases of the mind? Greed, anger, lust, ignorance, arrogance, and envy. Which one is the worst? Garud Maharaj asks. And Kakushinti tells him, Moha sakala vyadi nakar moola tehi te puni upajahi bahu shula. Garud Maharaj says, out of all those 6 diseases of the mind, which one is the worst? Spiritual ignorance. Ignorance, but spiritual ignorance is the worst. Ask Baba, when we go puja, what now it has happened? 50 now in one wedding to confuse the pondit life. And ask somebody, where will they get that? What will they tell them? Where will they get that from? They don't know. They don't know. Some of them making up their own tradition. Some of them making up their own thing. Baba telling them what to do, But Baba, watch me. If Baba do something that personal like that, Baba is not a good party. If Baba talk that Baba, hold him. Spiritual ignorance. From the time you were born, we learn to ameva mata chapita ameva. Right? That's a universal prayer. Everybody knows that prayer. Let me ask you a question, but don't answer me, please. What other mantra you know? Check your age right now. And tell me, besides ameva mata chapita ameva, which other mantra you know fully well? Just like that. We know 2? Good. We know 3? Better. We still know Tvameva Mata Chapita Tvameva? Well, then something wrong. If from the time you were growing up, your parents teach you Tvameva Mata Chapita Tvameva, and at this point in our life, there is only mantra we know. Spiritual ignorance. We have not grown. We might have bettered up, we might have improved our lives in every aspect. Change your car, put extension to the house, air condition the house, we improve your life. But we still chanted Tvameva Mata. Everybody knows Siddhi Buddhi too. So 2 mantras. You know more than that? What's a mantra for Lord Ganesh? What's an easy mantra for Lord Ganesh? Have you learned that? He's the remover of obstacles. What mantra can we say to Lord Ganesh? What mantra do you know for Lord Hanuman beside the Hanuman Chalisa? What mantra do you know for Lord Hanuman? Well, technique, you could take any one of the couplets from the Hanuman Chalisa and use it as a prayer. Any couplet. Use it as a prayer, because each 2 lines, the couplet, is about a part of the Leela of Lord Hanuman. That's what the Hanuman Chalisa is all about. So you could use that as a prayer. We are praying to Mother Lakshmi every year for prosperity. What mantra do we know for Mother Lakshmi? And I'm saying this to you because how much more beautiful is it when you stand in your puja room and you hold that flower in your hand and you recite a mantra to Saraswati Devi, to Lord Ganesh, to Lord Hanuman, to Mother Lakshmi, to Mother Durga, and then put the flower. Say the mantra. You know what the mantra is? The mantra is simply the glorification of the Devi. You are glorifying the Devi or the Devta. And it carries special power. What is a mantra? Mantra comes from the term mantrahi. That trahi is to protect. Man is the mind. So mantra is that which protects the mind. What you protecting the mind from? You protecting the mind from these 6 diseases. So when we get rid of these 6 diseases, then this becomes powerful. Then our puja becomes powerful. Our actions become powerful and positive. That is what mantra means. Take the opportunity. Don't only Google how to make smoothie. Google the mantra too. Nice mantra. Everything is there. Google a nice mantra for Lord Ganesh. Bhaktatunda Mahakal. Surya Koti Samaprabha. Beautiful mantras. Learn one for each devata. Go in your puja room and see what devata and devi you have and learn one mantra, each one of them. Teach your children one mantra. Go to the Pandit and ask him, give me a Lord Ganesh mantra, Lord Shiva mantra, very nice mantras. And teach your children as well. So your prayer becomes more meaningful. And that is how we get rid of all these 6 diseases of the mind. But what is important? The Guru. The Guru will be the one to guide you with your mantras. That is the power of the Guru. You want to get rid of spiritual ignorance? Get to the Guru. Guru means removal of darkness. Guru means removal of ignorance. That is the job of the Guru. That is the role of the Guru. To remove our spiritual ignorance. To put us on the right pathway. Go to your Guru. Ask for the mantras. Ask for the mantras. And get rid of spiritual ignorance. What is the greatest misery in life? What is the greatest misery? You know we have problem. What is the greatest misery in life? The greatest joke? Poverty. Poverty. And apart from being financially poor, you see when you're spiritually poor, that is real trouble. That is real trouble. If we do not know mantras, we do not know how to perform our pujas, then we're in real trouble. Where do we learn it? Apart from TV Jagrati, where do we learn it? Temple. By the home of your Guru, by attending satsang, by listening to the Pandits. That's where you learn it. So when you send the child to pick a tulsi leaf, they won't come up with pepper leaf. They will know what is a tulsi leaf. They will know what is a bay leaf. They will know what is a neem leaf. Sometimes they ask big people, bring palm leaf, they ask what is that? We have to get rid of spiritual ignorance. Hari Om Aishwarya Dhanaka Chandika Paripujaya Dholisi Chandika Mata Ki Jai. We worship Devi in the form of Chandika. Beautiful name. Beautiful name. She sits on that lion. Well, you have to be brave to sit on a lion, right? Very simple. You have to be real brave to sit. You have to be brave to go near a lion. To start. And she sits on the lion. Why? What is that lesson for us? When you, as a Hindu, when you gain a position of leadership, you have to ascend to that position with the quality of majesty. Not just ascend to the position, but the status. You have have to live that status. You have to shine at the top. Not just be at the top. You have to shine at the top. And when you look at Devi sitting on that lion, she sits majestically on the lion. That is power. That is being powerful. So when you become a leader has to be powerful. Excuse me. So you have to become equipped with the qualities of majesty. I don't know what you like it. I don't know what you like. Right. It carries a certain amount of honor. Your name, president, whatever. It carries a certain amount of honor. And that's what you want. You want to have the honor of the name. Not just the name. The honor of the name. The respect that goes with the name. That's what she blesses with. Chandika Mata. So all of us who aim for some leadership role, that is the Devi of good. That is the Devi of good. Go to her, pray to her, and she will equip us with that majesty to be in such roles. You think a housewife shouldn't pray to her? A housewife is the leader of that house. As simple as that. If that housewife is doing that role properly, that house mash up. That house is mash up. That is the power of the housewife. That is the power of the mother in our home. That mother in our home is a leader. Father only plain man, take right there. The real power in that house is the mother. That mother is the accountant, doctor, advisor, everything in one. You ever see how women is getting when we get sick? Who's and children? Mother's sick, she still has to wash, cook, clean, everything. That's a fact. A mother in a home is a leader. All mothers should be praying to Chandika Mata. Have the majesty of the role of the mother, the honor of the role of the mother, the power of the role of the mother. So when I talk about leaders, I'm not really talking about big position thing. We talk about that. We are all leaders in our own right. We are all leaders wherever we go. You think the principal is our leader? No. The teacher is our leader. The principal runs the school, but the teacher in charge of the children. And inside the classroom, it have leaders. Because among the children have their own leaders. You just see them in their little groups on the outside to play. Who running to play with who? Who is the leader of that group? You see it. So they are leaders all over in every facet of life. You don't have to have a name to be a leader, but you are a leader. So we go to the name, we go to Ma and puja her in that name of Chandika. You will gain the position of leadership. And more than that, you will get the majesty of the name. You will live it. Because if you have to overcome poverty and financial distress, we have to aim for prosperity. What is prosperity? Is prosperity money? Mother Lakshmi does not bless us with money. Mother Lakshmi blesses us with what is called unati. What is unati? Unati is upward movement in life. That's what you have to pray for. The money will come, but the money can't come before the upward mobility. So you will move from preschool to primary school, and from primary school to secondary school, and from secondary school to university, and from university to masters and PhD and go up. And you will get a job, and when you start off at the lowest level, you will get promotion and you will go up. That is what Mother Lakshmi blesses you with, the ability to move up. And the higher you go, is the more money you're supposed to make. Right? You must people are here complaining about not having enough money. Well, who has ever have enough money? They complaining they don't have enough money. But tell them to go to university and do a course now. I don't have time for that. So you don't have time to advance yourself, but you want promotion. How are you going to get it? Unless your father owns the business. And we have to understand that. Many people who are complaining in this world, if you listen to them well, I just listen to them well. And then the next question is asked, so where do you go? And that's why they get vexed with me. Because people who complain and don't like anybody to tell them what to do. They want you to join them in the complaint and say you have the same problem too. You ever meet people like that? No. If you are complaining about, there's something I saw on Facebook and I just love it. It says if you don't like where you are, move. You are not a tree. I love that. I use that all the time. If you don't like where you are, and if the job you have not given you the financial return that you want, well, do something about it. How are you going to go to the next level? Sit down here and pray to Lakshmi Mata and she will automatically push you up? It's not going to work like that. We have to make the effort. And when we make the effort, then she will help. And we have to understand that as a Hindu. So when we sit down and we do our Lakshmi Puja once per year, right? Once per year we touch base with Lakshmi Mata. She's supposed to fill the coffers for the year. We expect that after that puja, the bank account full, you know. It don't happen like that. She blesses you with unity, the ability to earn as you go. As you grow, you will earn. But you have to grow. You have to make the effort to grow. So we worship Ma. We worship Devi, Chandika. Let's go forward. Help me. Help me to become a leader wherever I go. That's how you get rid of the financial problems in life. Next name of Devi, Durga. Everybody knows this one. Very, very powerful name. Krura Shatra Vinashartam Taghora Kama Sadhane Durgam Cha Pujayet Bhaktya Paraloka Sukhaya Cha. Boli Sri Durga Mata Ki Jai. Why are we worshiping Mother in the form of Durga? You know, when you think of Durga, you think of power. When you think of the name Durga, you think of fearlessness. That is what being a Hindu is all about. Being fearless. Being fearless. You cannot be a Hindu and expect to advance in life and be afraid to take chances. Cannot be afraid to take chances. That is how we grow. By taking chances, by taking risks. Well, calculated risks, that is. So we want to grow in life. Then we have to take risks. We have to have that power, that ability, that steadfastness of mind to help, hey, I am going to do this. Positive thinking, not negative thinking. I have reached a point in my life, sad to say, that if my relationship with you does not add value to my life, I could do without that relationship. To be honest with you. You see, when you're trying to get close to God, you don't need people around you with negativity. That's a baggage you could drop. That will have no benefit to you. Be around positive people, positive thoughts, positive mind. If you meet somebody and when we sit down, there's only gossip, that does not help you to grow. It does not help you to grow. If after satsang tonight, Uncle Nat, if after we don't eat anything and we say, look, we'll be strong for half an hour and talk, now we talk a little about daily. Babs, I'll go to work tomorrow. Don't have past 9. By any one condition or instance. Heat, not affected. Cold does not affect us. I want to say affect you to the point where you can't function. That's what I'm talking about. Right? So if the AC go, no problem, adjust. If the place to get too cold, okay, adjust the AC. Do something. But we cannot shut down and say we are not performing our duty because of physical conditions. That is against the teachings of Bhagavad Gita. So to be able to strike this balance in life, and striking the balance in life means it gives you a peace of mind. You know what is the biggest problem in the world today? People do not have a peace of mind. P-E-A-C-E, not P-I-E-C. P-E-A-C, this peacefulness. That is the most valuable and priceless asset that you will have. You see, when things don't bother you, it doesn't affect you. That is good. Stress levels come down. You have duties to perform as a husband. You have duties to perform as a father. You have duties to perform as a student. You have your duties to perform anywhere you go. You have your duties to perform. Life is like that. Just recently somebody was telling me they work in Port of Spain. He got a job in Port of Spain. And they complaining about the traffic. And I'm listening to them. People stop talking to me now, right? I reach a point where I just tell you as it is, right? What are you complaining for? Well, the traffic and it's so hard to go. And I said to the person, how long are you working? About a year, okay. If right now you did not have the job, what were you going to do? How were you going to pay your bills? And how were you going to mind your family? And how were you going to do this and do that and that and that? Could you do that right now without a job? Well, no. Well, exactly. So what you complaining about? If you work in Port of Spain and you know it has traffic, leave earlier. Or find a next job close to you. But you take a job in Port of Spain, knowing it is in Port of Spain, knowing the whole world knows it has traffic in Port of Spain. The whole world knows that. The whole world knows when you're coming this way, it has traffic. The whole world knows when you're coming from south, going to Port of Spain, it has traffic. So why you take a job in town then? To quarrel? And to be unhappy? No. You have to adjust to suit the environment. Put on 102.7 Jagriti in your car, listen on Godby Road, pray. You go reach past that. It's all about the mind, you know. It's about our mindset, you know. So to be able to face the challenges of this world and not be bothered by certain things and not stress yourself out by certain things, because at the end of the day, you are in control of these things, not God. You are in control of these things. A man complaining here in the morning, but he got a loan to buy an expensive car, and you complaining here in the morning. So why you didn't buy a cheaper car? And you'd have a little extra money. Who asked you to buy a car? The government tell you buy a car? Your job tell you buy an expensive car? That's what you wanted. You put yourself in debt. Nobody put yourself in debt. So why are you complaining? Again, it's perception and your mindset. And if you don't have the correct mindset in this world, we are going to be stressed. We are going to be stressed. Doctors will make real money. Here what to do? Go to the feet of man in the name of Shambhavi. Shambhavi, call that name Shambhavi Devi, and she helps us. She will help us to balance this life, balance these thought processes, and you will be comfortable. You will have a little peace of mind. But understand this. Let us all understand this. A lot of time we blame God. We blame God for our situation in life. But you know what? When God gave us this human body, there is one thing He gave us. He gave us independence of mind. He gave us the ability to make our own decisions. He does not think for us. He does not make the decisions for us. Like a true parent ought to do. Not make the decisions for your child, but teach your child to think. So whatever happens to us in this world and we are complaining about is not God. It is us. We made a conscious decision to do certain things. So when we face problems, it is not God. We made the decisions. We made the errors. But you know what? You can still get help. God is still waiting for us to come. Just like your mother and father will wait for you to come and say, Ma, I have a problem, help me. Then they will help you. But that's what it's supposed to do. That's what God is waiting for. So we find ourselves in difficulty, alright, no problem. There are ways to get out of it. There are ways to get out of it. But I want you to understand that a lot of times when we find ourselves in difficulty, God did not put us there. Karma did not put us there. We put us there. It's our own decision. And that's why you pray to God to make the right decision. You pray to God to help you to make the right decisions in life. That is what the prayer is all about. To help you, to guide you, to make the right decisions in life. And keep out of the stress and keep out of the poverty. Keep out of the misery. She agrees. So, you remain in perfect control. Right? I'll stop in there tonight. Quarter tonight. Okay? So when we worship, when we take the time to worship, I hope you remember at least some of these names. I hope you remember some of the benefits of worshiping Devi. And even though you call her by the name of Durga, Devi, you call her by whatever name, you pray sincerely for what some of these things that we have spoken about in life. But most important prayer, pray for peace of mind. Peace of mind. Bol Sri Devi Mata ki. So while Havan is taking place, I will ask the group to sing. So you find me singing, I know sing, so I will sing.
Don't check that. But I had such an Dikatan Maharaj room and start Prashna of Darkani. Very nice.
Jai Narayani
One, two, one, two. Yeah. बोले सी देवी माता की let us all stand for Aarti. It would be remiss of me if I did not recognize the presence of Mr. and Mrs. Jairam Simangal and family. आरती की जय श्री जगदम्बा जी की हरि मोहन पालुकी नंद की आरती की जय श्री जगदम्बा जी की भुवनेश्वरी भगवान की माता आरती की जय श्री जगदम्बा जी के हरि मोहन पालुकी आरती की जय श्री जगदम्बा जी के हरि मोहन पालुकी आरती की जय श्री जगदम्बा जी के हरि मोहन पालुकी आरती की जय श्री जगदम्बा जी के हरि मोहन पालुकी के हरि मोहन पालुकी के हरि मोहन पालुकी. Let us put our hands together, close our eyes and bow our heads in prayer. As we speak the blessings of none other than Lord Shankar Bhagwan, Lord Shiva, he who protects the mind, as we say to Lord Shiva, bless our minds, help us to make right decisions, help us to lead happy and very successful lives. That will only come when we make the right decisions in this world. Oh. Pashupatim, Dupatim, Dharanipatim, Bhujagalokapatim, Chasatipatim, Pranatabhaktaja, Nartiharam Param, Bhajatare Manuja, Girijapatim, Najanako Janani, Nachasodaro, Natanayu, Nachaburi Balam Kulam, Avadikopina, Kalavasham Gatam, Bhajatari Manuja, Girijapatim, Murajadim Dimavarya Vilakshanam, Madhurapan Chamanara Visharadam, Pramachabhutaka Nairapi Sevitam, Bhajatari Manuja Girijapatim, Sharanadam Sukadam Sharanam Vitam, Shiva Shiveti Shiveti Natam Nirdam, Abhayadham Karuna Varunalayam, Bhajatari Manuja Girijapatim, Bhajatari Manuja Girijapatim. Shiva Hare Shiva Rama Saki Prabhu Triviritapanivarana E Vibhu Ajajaneshwara Yadhava Pahimam. Bolo Shiva Hare Vijayam Kurumevaram Kamalalochana Ramadhayanidhe Hara Guru Gajarachaka Gopate Shivatano Bhava Shankara Pahimam. Bolo Shiva Hare Shiva Hare Vijayam Kurumevaram. Om Tvameva Mata Cha Pita Tvameva त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव ॐ शान्ति 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 बोल श्री गजानन स्वामी की जय श्री महादेव की जय श्री पौनपुत्र हनुमान की जय श्री शक्ति देवी माता की जय श्री रामचंद्र की जय श्री कृष्ण भगवान की जय बोलो सब सनातन धर्म की जय 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 devotees of God. Thank you everybody for having me here tonight, Uncle Nat and the executive of this Mandir. Thank you so very much. I pass you over to Uncle Nat.
There is a small tribute to yes, Sitaram. There is a tribute to our Viyas tonight by one of your students from your school who would want to recite a poem for you. Her name is Arouca. Say, Arouca. So you have a mic there? Go ahead, Arouca, go ahead. Take your time. Take your time, take your time.
जय अम्बे मां जय दुर्गे मां रक्षा करो जय अम्बे मां जय दुर्गे मां कृपा करो ओम भगवती
so we have another young member will be joining our bhajan group very soon. Actually, I was told it is a poem, but now it's a bhajan, okay? But it will be a poem too when you listen to the poem. If you understand what the bhajan is about, it's normally done in poem form. Stand, I guess. Right? Sit down there. Sit down. So, to our Viyas, Adesh, we actually did 9 nights tonight in one. You said 9 is better than 3. Alright, so we actually did a 9 nights tonight. Okay? So I hope that all what Baba said, I will go back tonight and watch it, because you can go back on YouTube tonight and see it, because this is covered here tonight by Maha's Audio Incorporation. So tonight you can go back, watch what you did, probably pick up from Baba, and you can watch it a few more times, and you will understand. We had a 9 nights tonight because Baba touched on everything, on all the different devis. So Babs, these students are honoring you because they are your students, right? And they are happy, their parents are happy, and I think everybody have enjoyed what has taken place here tonight. You have done a fantastic job. Okay? To our Pandit Vinod, our resident Pandit, we want to thank you for tonight. It's occupied. And all the shooters who sat down tonight, we want to thank you all. Take it in, Jaden. Okay? Tonight I also want to thank this function tonight could never just happen by just few of the members of the temple. It was people from the outside, or devotees, or supporters, who made this a success. I want to personally thank you all for making this a success. I want to thank all you members. I see some friends from all over. Sawan, Karatal, within the area. I want to thank you all. St. Helena side, Madras. I want to thank you all for being here, supporting this temple. I am happy to see so many of you out here tonight, and I think that you all have enjoyed what you heard tonight, and you must say thanks to Baba, right? This has been a great and successful night. I didn't think that we would have had a crowd like this, but I am really, really grateful, and the members of this temple is really grateful for what we have seen here tonight. I want to just let you all know, we do have Sunday morning service every Sunday morning, and on the 30th of March, we will be celebrating Ram Navami. So on Thursday the 30th, well, it will be, it's normally 12 o'clock that is celebrating. So you will see a little WhatsApp coming out from me, and I will be sending it out to you all to confirm, because normally Ram Navami is celebrated 12 o'clock in the day, right? Okay, so it will be for 12, so we should start about 9:10. I will confirm with our resident Pandit. And on the 5th of April, Wednesday, Hanuman Jayanti, we will be celebrating Hanuman Jayanti. You all are invited. I want to also let you know, let's come now. Come now. Okay. So I just want to have 2 verses will be sung here by Auntie Leela. Today Kamla celebrates her 25th birthday. So just 2 verses, please. I don't want to stay long because I know we're getting late. Alright, before the 2 verses, I want to let you all know Bhojan has been prepared for everyone. We have two ways of doing it. We have containers and we have trays. So if anybody wants to have their container, just take the container, join the line, and you'll get your container like a normal, and you'll get your food with our bags and everything. And who want to sit and dine with us, you join the same line. Okay? So let's close with the birthday for Kamla, 25th birthday. Where is my drummer? Where is my brother? Ram. Oh, Sai, go ahead, take it, use drum one. Sai, use a good drum set, come on, oh God. We got a hand from like that face like. Okay. So I want to personally thank everyone. It has been a success. I am happy, the members of the temple is happy, and God bless you all. Reach home safely. Okay? Lata Mangeshwar, take it over.